Hi, my name is Dinus Mickle, and over the next few days I'm going to be making a few draft videos um, with the intention of, within the next one, maybe 2 weeks, creating a crowdsourcing video for my fledgling organization, curetinnitus.org. Now, in this video, I'm going to be asking for your help and for your input, for your feedback on the decisions that I'm making, and in the end, hopefully, and even things like background. I mean, I guess I could do the video with like a white background, but the point is that in the end, my hope is that that will work out, or that I'll just successfully make a very good, very short, very concise video about curetinnitus.org, about its history, present day situation, and about its future. And I'm going to start saying a little bit about that in this video, and I'm going to try to keep it, I'd say, under 7 minutes, maybe even under 5. The goal of the final crowdsourcing video would be probably under 2 minutes, if not under 3 minutes. So basically, the situation that I'm facing is that it looks like curetinnitus.org has become a highly trafficked, very popular website, but it seems to be kind of a catch-all, sort of a last resort, a last bastion of hope for people who've gotten really negative responses from the medical community, who've somehow not found therapists that really were able to help. Then maybe even they've gone through some online information that was maybe visually more appealing and looked like it was maybe more promising. And then they come to me. And the thing that I'd like to tell the world and the curetinnitus.org community is that the way that the curetinnitus.org structure is working right now, it's not sustainable. What happens is that, and this might even be kind of a good rehearsal for the final crowdsourcing video. It's that if I get an email from a suicidal teenager, I don't know how to ask that suicidal teenager who sent me an email, I don't know how to ask that teenager to, why don't you just go get your parents' credit card so that I can charge your credit card so that we can talk, so that you've paid your fee. I don't know how to ask that of some quite desperate but extremely talented but close to possibly on the verge of ending it all, and some explicitly sending me text messages and telling me that they're suicidal. I don't know how to ask broke and desperate people for money. So what that, I mean, the single mom who's at home with ridiculously rude in-laws having I don't know if I should say this, so doing something really inappropriate in her backyard, right? And they, treating her so incredibly badly that obviously the way that her in-laws are treating her, it's a part of her high stress condition. It's a part of why she even has tinnitus. And I'm supposed to charge this person money. I'm supposed to charge the overstressed grandmother, who's finally dealing with childhood trauma that she experienced. I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to charge these people money. So what's happened is that the site, because of the traffic that it experiences, I host it on very, very good and very fast servers. It costs significantly more than what it brings in. And I've done some internal searching as to what I can do, and what I think the appropriate thing to do is for me to kind of write up some sort of tiers for one-time donations and recurring donations, and to see how well we can do to instead of having, curetinnitus.org just kind of be this website that's funded by one guy, where I mean, literally, it's like, if I publish an article, if I put anything out there, if anything moves, and Google goes, there's it bumps up on people's radars, and I get really desperate people, and I help. Also, there are people that somehow drum up my personal contact information, and to be legitimate online, I haven't hidden my personal information. But think about what it's like when you have a support call. Now I'm a little bit better trained for this, but you realize you're talking to a suicidal person, and and my daughter, like my daughter's here, she's, here's her stuff, right? And my daughter's, this is like her robot book, and she's like cutting up her little robot pieces, right? And I'm on the phone, and it's some guy from India, Canada, seeking help. I don't know how to, well, are you in the position to potentially donate before we speak? I can't do it. Put this down. I can't do it. It's too obnoxious. It's too selfish. So, the solution that I have in mind is to ask the global community, or not necessarily considered an asking, but to offer to the global community to finance that I would build and create an excellent safety net for just these people, because these are the first people that come, right? For the people who come, they're desperate, they're potentially suicidal. Our information is calming, and I would dare to call it healing. I would like to, we're going on 7 minutes, so I'm going to keep this under 10. I would like to praise the national tinnitus organizations, especially for their preventative work, for laws that keep the volume down at workplaces, and ear shields, and all kinds of magnificent preventative work. Where we're failing as a society to the community of people who develop tinnitus, and in particular to the people who develop tinnitus that winds up being debilitating with suicide as a potential result, as a potential symptom. And it is one of the potential things. I mean, people think about it. Where we're failing is we're failing to provide a place of calm, a place that is supportive of the initial process of coping. There are some people who just need to hear that tinnitus retraining therapy, or that coping, and I can't, right, and that I for some reason the word habituation just slipped my mind. That habituation is possible. You tell them habituation is possible, and they go, I can't live with this. You're going to need to habituate. I can't live with this. The person's going to think about some really negative things in terms of inflicting harm on themselves or potentially on others. So basically, we're doing well in prevention, and I'm looking at the time here. Where we're not doing well is in what you can do when you do have the condition, and there's a lot you can do. And the 5 curetinnitus.org program guidelines are really helpful. The testimonials on our page are real. I've received these emails, and I think that it's important that we create a network, and that we finance it, that we become a real not-for-profit organization, that we spend the appropriate money, get the appropriate legal advice to do it, And so this will have been a slightly, too long email for like an Indiegogo or Kickstarter or whatever it is, video. But I'm very interested in your feedback. If you've gone through the program and you're thankful for it, maybe thank us again. One of the most horrible things is that people don't want to be named, right? So it's like, you saved my life, MT from Kansas. Doesn't mean anything. They don't want their picture. It's just terrible. The environment is terrible. And so I'm going to ask the world for us to be there to help, and for us to create and to finance curetinnitus.org, creating a network, so that final, whatever it is, that last resort safety net, so that we can continue to save these people's lives and do it in a way that's fair and in a way that's financially, that financially reimburses the effort. It's a lot on my shoulders, okay? It really is a lot to feel these kinds of emotions and this type of stress. So, I'm looking forward to your feedback. I'm going to most likely post a potential script for this Kickstarter video. And I'm glad to be talking with everybody again in the curetinnitus.org community. And thank you so very, very much for your time and attention. I look forward to your feedback. Bye-bye.